Hey, I'm Tashi and welcome to my home. In today's video, we're going to be recreating the viral Taylor Swift crochet dress that she wore recently on a date with her love, Travis Kelce. Now, I'm not personally a Swiftie. However, I love this dress. And any chance I have to crochet something new, you know that I'm gonna take up on. Plus, she's dating Travis Kelce, who's brothers to Jason Kelce, and Jason Kelce was an Eagle until this year when he retired. But I'm an Eagles fan. Go Birds! So even though I'm not a Swiftie, I do appreciate her as an artist, and I love her because she's basically an Eagles player. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you join our community and hit that subscribe button. I'm now also offering a membership option called the Kevy Fan Club. So if you'd like to support me as a content creator, I would really appreciate you joining the fan club. You'll get some extra perks and some discounts in my shop. And if you like any part of this video, please consider giving it one of these. Let's get crafting.
I love yarn. I love yarn. I love yarn. I love yarn.
When I saw T Swiftie wearing this dress, the first thing that I did is I went online to see if I could find the original dress and where she bought it from. And I was able to find it. It's from a company called VRG Girl, Verg Girl, Verge Girl, Verg Girl. The dress itself is obviously sold out because Taylor Swift wore it once, so now it's like gone. It also comes in a black and white version, which I thought was really cool. And what I like is that in the black and white version pictures, they actually styled it with pants. So it is called a mini dress, so it's supposed to be kind of short. And so my thought was, I would kind of like to make my version to wear as like a swimsuit cover up, but also possibly as a top with like a pair of jeans or something. I think would be super duper cute. So I am gonna make it like a mini dress, and the website that I found the dress on does have like the product dimensions for a size small. So I'll probably just add like a couple of inches for a size medium because that's typically what I wear is a size medium. The dress costs $119. Which to me seems a little bit low, especially if this is actually a crochet dress. I was looking really closely because they have a close-up of like the actual stitches of the dress, and I have a really hard time telling if stitches are crochet or knit. And the reason why this is important is because knit items can be made on a machine. So if this dress was made on a machine and it was just knit to mimic the look of crochet, then $119 is a fair price to pay. However, crochet items can't be made by machine. So if this was a crocheted item, that means that it was made by hand. And $119 seems a little bit low for the cost of this dress. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I also wanna see how long it takes me to make this dress. And then we're going to calculate, okay, based on how long it takes me to make this dress, how much would I get paid per hour if I were to charge $120 for it, like the website is charging for it. So that, I think that'll be kind of like a fun little experiment for us to try. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I might switch up the colors just a smidgen. I wanna stick close to the colors of the dress that Taylor Swift actually wore, because I do think they're kind of cool colors, but I recently bought a swimsuit that actually matches the colors of the dress really well. They're maybe just like slightly brighter. So I'm gonna take a picture of my swimsuit before I go to the yarn store to get the yarn for this project so that I can try to match the colors to my swimsuit since I will be using it as a cover up. With that in mind, since I am going to be using this as a cover up in the summer, I decided that I wanted to make this dress using cotton yarn. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby and I'm going to see what they have as far as their I love this cotton yarn. I was looking online and it seems like they have a good amount of colors. I'm so excited. All right, so I think we need to go to the yarn store.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side.
Yarn acquired, but we have one more very critical stop to make since we are going to have a very busy day today.
And love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't want to waste what's left.
Okay, I am back from Hobby Lobby and I was successful for the most part. So we will just do a quick run through of what I got. First of all, I definitely got like 3 yarns that I didn't really need. The primary color of the dress is kind of like an orange. I couldn't find a good match for it at Hobby Lobby in their cotton yarn. And I'm honestly not a fan of orange anyways. And the orange that's in the dress kind of like borders on pink. And so I decided to go more the pink route instead of the orange route because I prefer pink. It looks better on me and it matches my swimsuit, which is perfect. So for the main color of the dress, I got 4 skeins of, what is it called? What is the name? What is your name? Warm blush. So I got 4 skeins of warm blush, which I think is gonna look really nice. Like, do you see it? Do you see it? It looks good. So I feel pretty good about that. And I hope 4 skeins is enough. I think it'll be enough. So for the other colors of the dress, I did try to keep it as close to the original dress as possible. So this is the color that I got for like the creamy white. And the name of this one is just Ivory. And all of these are I Love This Cotton brand from Hobby Lobby. And then for the brown color, I got the color brown. That's literally the name of the color is brown. You know, they got really creative with naming this color. And the final color that I got was that purple color for the dress. And this one is called Amethyst. So I got 2 skeins of all of the other colors. I hope that's gonna be enough because I really don't want to run to Hobby Lobby again. Honestly, I would love to get this dress done today. I definitely know that's ambitious. So I think what I'm gonna do before we even get started crocheting this project is I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna do some stretches for my neck, my shoulders, and my arms, and my hands. And I'm gonna put some arthritis cream on. Seriously, arthritis cream, if you're a crocheter or a knitter and your hands start to hurt, arthritis cream is amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend that you try it because it's a game changer. I wanna be able to crochet and work on this dress all day long. Like my butt is gonna be here or in my living room watching TV the whole day, and we're gonna finish this dress. I am determined. So I'm gonna do some stretches, put some cream on, and then yeah, we're just gonna start whipping this bad boy out.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
All right, that felt amazing. I feel so much better. Before I start a project, there are 2 things that I always do. So the first is I always prep my project basket. So I have all of my yarn in the basket and then all of the tools that I'm gonna use in this little pouch. I decided that I'm gonna use a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. The yarn recommends a 5 millimeter, but I want the stitches to be slightly tighter since this is going to be a dress. And also, I know I'm weird, but 4.5 millimeter is my favorite crochet hook. Yes, I have a favorite crochet hook. And then the second thing that I always do before I start a big project like this is I kind of draw up a plan just in my notebook here with like dimensions and kind of like the outline of, okay, how am I gonna put this whole thing together. I have the dress from VRG Girl pulled up on the website here. And I'm just gonna kind of scrutinize the pictures a little bit to come up with like a plan. They have the length at 29.5 inches taken from shoulder to the hem of the dress. So that's for a size small. I am going to measure that on myself just to see like where it would fall on me. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. I think I'm gonna take it 1.5 more inches down because I got a big butt and I know that my butt is gonna kind of like pull the dress up a lot, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. So the front and the back panel that we crochet, we're gonna wanna be 31 inches long. The front panels, they don't stop like right at the end of the shoulder. They kind of come out a little bit onto the arms, so it is kind of like a bigger dress. So maybe if we do like that-ish. Kind of hard to measure yourself. I think it's probably fine. It's like 23 inches. 2 rectangular patterns that are 31 inches long by 23 inches wide. for the front and the back panel. I think I'll probably measure for the sleeves like after I get the front and the back panel done, but it's looking like they might have to be about like 18 inches maybe. They are like very like hippie style, like open sleeves. So we're gonna want it to be pretty big around like that-ish. Yeah, that might be good. So that's about 15 inches. This is my sketch. So basically this is what we're looking at. We're looking at 2 squares this size, 2 rectangles this size, and the pattern that it follows is it does like 4 rows of the orange, which we're doing pink. This is interesting. And then it goes brown, white, brown, white, brown, purple, purple. And then it just repeats that pattern. Okay, and then it just uses the granny stitch, and then all along the hem, it just looks like it's got like just like a single crochet or a slip stitch or something. So super, super simple. I think this is gonna be, honestly, like knock on wood, but I'm hoping this is gonna be a pretty easy dress to kind of whip together. So it looks like they do 13 rows on one side, and then they start to bring in the scoop, and then 13 rows on the other side. So I'm gonna write that down. Yeah, I think that the decrease doesn't look to be too bad. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe we'll just kind of like play around with that when we get to that point and see if we can figure it out. Because I'm not super confident on how I'm gonna do that yet. Okay, we'll just I think we're just gonna wing it. I think we just need to start crocheting, and it'll be great. It's gonna be great. Ow. All right, we are starting this project at 11 o'clock on the dot. We're gonna get our timer. Start. Here we go. We're gonna see how long this bad boy takes us. Oh no, we already have a knot. Really? That's not a good start, guys. This is not a good start. Oh no. I'll go it. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I'm just starting with like a regular chain. I'm just gonna chain until I am at 31 inches. Okay. I have it to just a smidgy over 31 inches. And I think it's gonna be perfect. I'm not mad. I'm not mad that it's a little over 31 inches. And I realized since I'm doing the granny stitch, I needed to chain a multiple of 4. So I did 104 stitches for my base chain. And now we're going to start the granny stitch. If you don't know how to do the granny stitch, it is super easy. It's literally just like clusters of 3 double crochets together. And there are like tons of tutorials on YouTube that you can find as well for how to do the granny stitch if you're curious. I think getting it started is always like the slowest part. It's always the slowest part. And then once you're like into it, it's just like whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna keep working until I get hungry, and then I'll stop and have some lunch, and then we'll just keep working some more. I don't think we're gonna finish this today. Well, we're 40 minutes in. I'm this far, and I just remeasured to make sure that it was long enough, and it's not. Yep. So we're gonna make it a little bit longer. I need like 2 more clusters of length, and I want to do it right. So we're going to take it back down all the way to the chain row. Kind of a bummer, but that's okay. But I am also starting to get hungry, so I'm probably gonna have to stop and eat some lunch soonish. All right, attempt number 2. I acknowledge that I'm a crazy person, but I really want to do this the best that I can. And so I decided that what I was doing was I was doing like a multiple of 4, and I was skipping 3 chains between each of my foundation granny clusters. But there's another version where you just skip 2 between each, and it's tighter together. So I actually went back to the picture and I like counted how many clusters it had down the front of the dress, and it was like 32, and that was on a size small. And so I'm like, okay, if I'm making a size medium and I'm like making it a little bit longer, I'm gonna need like over 30. And so I decided to chain 111, and we're gonna end up with 37 clusters. If I did my math right, which there's a very good chance I did not, but you know. Wait, do I chain into the 3rd or the 4th? I think I got it. I was thinking about it because the last one that I did, it did seem like very spread apart. And if I'm making this into a garment, I don't want everybody to like be seeing underneath my garment, even though like obviously I'll wear like a tank top or bralette or something underneath the garment, or a swimsuit if I wear it to the beach, whatever. But still, I wanted the clusters a little bit closer together. So doing it this way in multiples of 3 instead of in multiples of 4 is gonna be a lot better, I think, in the long run. So it's gonna take more time because it's more stitches, but I think it's gonna be worth it in the end. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking the distance way better than the first try. Now we are cooking. It's coming together pretty quick after I got that first row done. So yeah, it should just be like, hopefully should just be easy peasy from here on out. I am hungry though, so I'm trying to get to the end of 4 rows of the pink color, and then I'm gonna take a break, eat some lunch, and then we'll do the first color change, which is gonna be super exciting. Cauliflower rice burrito bowl and kombucha. Back from lunch break, so I'm going to restart my timer so that we are accurate with that. I did not finish the pink before I took a lunch break. So I'm almost done with the 3rd row, and then I got to do a 4th row before moving on to the next color. I'm weirdly excited to change colors. like you know, it's like, oh yeah, now we're into it. You know, once you change colors, it's like, yeah, now we're cruising, now we're rocking and rolling. So I am very excited to change to the next color, which will be brown. Hi, Kevin. About time you made an appearance. Where you been, kid? She's like, I've been napping. Thank you for asking. What do you think? Do you like the start of it? Be a beautiful scarf for you. Oh, she's been so snuggly lately, and it just makes me so happy. Yeah, last night, I don't know, she was just in like a super snuggly mood. So she just like, I was laying on my back and she just curled up right here, like in my armpit. And so I just held her like all night long. It was adorable and so sweet, wasn't it? Yeah. Just need some extra mom cuddles. Stop. Nope. Kevin. No. All right, you gotta go. You gotta go. You're being feisty. I am on the very last stitch of this row, and it is time for the color change. The next color is brown, and the next 5 rows alternate white, brown, or brown, white, brown, white. This is gonna be so cute. I'm so excited. All right, well, I am going to put my audiobook on and keep crocheting. Loving the brown. All right, time for an update. We are 4 hours and 20 minutes in, and I am pausing because I gotta go let my dogs out, and I'm getting a little hungry, so I'm gonna make myself like a smoothie for a snack. But here's where we're at. So I think the curve is gonna be good, and I'm gonna start kind of flattening it out now. I don't know, I'm just hoping that it'll actually like look like a curve when it's done. But yeah, this is coming along really, really well. I'm super excited. So I'd say we're just about halfway. I think like after the 2nd row of this color, it'll be about halfway, and then I'll start bringing it up the other side. I'm a little worried it's gonna look a little bit more like a V shape than an actual like curve shape is my only concern, which isn't the end of the world. So what I ended up doing was like starting here when I got to a decrease, like a place I wanted to decrease this cluster. Instead of doing 3 double crochets, I did a double crochet, a half double crochet, and a single crochet, and then slip stitched into the next loop before turning back around, and then I slip stitched over the top of that decrease cluster before I started the next full cluster. So that's how I kind of decreased, and then the bottom, obviously I didn't decrease on the bottom because the bottom is still straight, and I'm leaving the little like danglies on the bottom to remind myself that this is the bottom. It's just kind of the way that it's going for me. I love how this is looking. This is looking so cute. Ah, so excited.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
We've encountered a slight problem. So it's hard to make it the same going back up the other side. So the sides are now not even, because this right here should be even to this right here, and it's not. I kind of got off on the increases on this row, but I don't want to backtrack. I'm kind of thinking maybe I can just like go back and build up these rows a little bit more with yarn by just like adding it on. So I think I'm gonna try that before I keep going to try to even out the increases. Yeah, gonna try to figure that out. Well, I just paused to feed my dogs, and we are currently at 7 hours and 41 minutes. And I'm not done with the front yet, but we're getting really, really close. Like really close. Like I'm almost done. Like I just have a couple more rows to do. So there's the top so far. So I just have to finish one more purple row, and then I have to do some pink rows. And then the top is done. And honestly, I think the hardest part of the top was getting this collar right. And I honestly, it's not even like accurate to the photo, because the photo is a lot more like swoopy and not so low, but I think it, like, obviously it'll be fine. It'll still look really cute, I think, when it's all finished. But I think what I'm gonna do with the back panel so that this doesn't take so long is I'm just gonna do it like mostly straight across, and then kind of at the same point, I'm just gonna take it down one step. So it'll just be like a little bit swooped, not this significantly swooped for the back panel. But I am loving the look of this so far. I think it's coming together really nicely and looking super cute, but definitely not gonna finish today. 100% not gonna finish today. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to finish it this week, because the next couple days I have a lot of social obligations. So yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping I can finish it tomorrow, but I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. So I'm currently cooking some dinner right now. So I'm probably gonna move out to my living room and maybe watch some TV while I keep working on this for the rest of the night. Oh, and I did finish our first skein of the pink when I was about, it was in this last section. I think I got through like, oh, it's right there. I literally just touched it. So this is right where I joined it, right there. So I think we'll have enough. Hopefully we'll have enough. It's gonna be close, but I think it should be okay. All right, I'm just gonna montage the rest of the night, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.
And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
Good morning. Here we are for day 2 of working on the dress. Last night I finished another skein of yarn. I finished a brown So of course now I'm worried that I don't have enough brown. And then I did finish the front panel. So the front panel is completely done, which is good. And then I got started on the back panel, but that's as far as I got. And then I went to bed. I am hoping I can finish today. I am going to play pickleball with a friend in a couple of hours. Oh, I need to hit start. This is the other thing, is I forgot to hit start last night after I talked to you guys for the last time. So like the last 3 hours that I was crocheting, it wasn't timing me. So we're just gonna have to add 3 hours to the end of our clock when we finish this project. So yeah, I'm going to play pickleball with a friend at 9 o'clock today in a couple of hours. And then I am going over to my best friend's house to hang out with her and her kids, probably around lunchtime-ish. So I'm gonna bring my crochet with me to my friend's house. I need to finish this today. I'm like determined to finish this today, which is why we're up and we're crocheting before 8 o'clock today. Because we gotta get this thing done. We gotta get this thing done. So I'm going out of town this weekend, which is why I'm kind of like in a hurry to get this done, because the video needs to come out on Saturday and I leave on Friday morning to go visit my grandma, which I'm very excited about, but that means we are on a little bit of a time crunch. This is very tangled. Can we just acknowledge how twisted this yarn is? Like, how does that even happen? I don't even know. I don't know. What is going on? Why does this always happen to me? Also, since this dress has gone so viral, like there's so many crocheters that I follow online that are making this dress right now. And so I'm like looking at all of theirs that they're making and I'm like, oh, I like that better. Oh, that looks better than mine. I'm doing a lot of like comparison and instilling self-doubt in myself, but it's fine. You know, this is what makes us all unique and all individuals, is that we all have our own style. I'm very confused as to what is happening with this yarn though, like for real. For real, what is going on? So I'm gonna try to untangle this and I'm just gonna keep working until I go play pickleball, and I'll probably catch up with you later and we'll do a progress check-in before I go to my friend's house. Kevin, did you do this?
Hello.
She kicked my butt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm home and showered from getting my butt handed to me at pickleball, and I forgot to stop the clock. So it's been going for like an extra 2 hours, which I guess is good because we were 3 hours behind anyways. So that'll work. Now we're just an hour behind. I am just waiting for my friend to give me the okay to come over to her house. I told her, I was like, I gotta get this done like today, so I'm gonna be working on that while I'm at your place. And she's like, totally cool. I have a project of my own I gotta work on. So we're just gonna do parallel play. I'm just gonna be in her company and we're each gonna be working on our own thing. It'll be great. It'll be great fun. Quick and very important update. I just finished my second skein of pink and I'm only this far through the back panel, so we definitely don't have enough pink. So that's cool. So we're gonna have to go buy some more. I'll probably stop on my way back home from my friend's house to buy more. It's kind of sort of on the way home from her place.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
All right, time for a little update. I was actually pretty productive at my friend's house. I was able to get this far on the back panel, so I'm a little over halfway, which is really exciting. I'm skeptical if I'm gonna finish today. I really wanted to finish today, but we still have both of the arms to do, and they're pretty big pieces, so I feel like I'm not gonna get finished today. I'm also at hour 14 of making this dress, and I'm gonna start the timer again. Yeah, this is going way slower than I thought it was gonna go, which is unfortunate, but the reality of like every crochet project that I ever do. And this keeps happening. Once I get to like this point of a skein with like this much left, it just gets tangly and it does not like me. So that is also adding some time, which is a little bit annoying, but what are you gonna do? It is almost 5 o'clock and I don't have anything going on the rest of the night. I'm really hoping I can get as far as possible tonight because tomorrow I am hanging out with a friend in like the late morning. Like we're getting lunch together around 11 and going shopping and stuff. So I was hoping to wear my dress on that excursion tomorrow, but I don't know if it's gonna be done. I also stopped by Hobby Lobby on my way home from my friend's house to grab more yarn because I knew for sure I was gonna run out of the pink. So I grabbed 2 skeins, the last 2 skeins of pink. So I got super lucky on that one. I did end up grabbing one of all the other colors. I know for sure I was gonna need another brown, but I wasn't too sure if I was gonna need another purple and another white. But I didn't want to risk it. So I was like, it's cotton yarn. Like I'll definitely use it for future projects. So I was like, I'm just gonna get it. Or I can return it, like either way. Hi Kevin, how's your day been? So yeah, the rest of the night I am just going to crochet and listen to my audiobook. And quite honestly, I might finish an entire audiobook just crocheting this dress, and it's like a 30-hour audiobook. It is 7 o'clock and the back panel's done. So now I think what I need to do is I need to join these together along the top so I can kind of drape it over my shoulder and measure how long the sleeves need to be. But I need food because I'm hungry and I need to take a shower because I am itchy. I went outside at my friend's house with the kids for a little bit to throw frisbees that we decorated, and I have very bad like allergies to the out of doors, even though I love the out of doors. So I'm still itchy from going outside. My eyes are starting to get itchy. Like it's a whole thing. So food, shower, and then we're gonna be working on the sleeves the rest of the night. Oh, also, I totally noticed that I'm wearing like the only shirt that I have today that marginally references Taylor Swift in my dog mom era. So did not do that on purpose. It was just a fun happenstance. Right. I'm showered. It's 7:30. I decided to do a smoothie for dinner so that we could get right back to work, and we have to attach the front and the back panels together. Time for the moment of truth. Yes. I kind of like it. Yeah, I think this is good. So my only concern is I don't think I made it wide enough. Like it'll fit, but the actual dress is like way more loose on the side. Like I feel like it's got a lot more give than this. So now the question is, do I come in on either side and do like a couple more rows to make it a little bit wider, or do I just say screw it and start working the arms? I think I need to do a few more rows because like down around my legs it's really tight. So if I don't make it wider, then it's gonna be a problem. This is gonna be interesting because I'm not sure I'm not sure how I'm gonna add the rows here on the side that I started on. That's gonna be a wee bit challenging. It also does not look good at the top where I joined them together, where I stitched them. I didn't do a very good job. What to do. Okay, a decision has been made. For the sake of time, and also because it's just for me and not for anybody else, I decided that I'm gonna crochet 2 more rows on either side, and then I'll retest and see if that gives enough wiggle room. I think it'll be fine once I do 2 more rows. On the one side, I'm just gonna crochet the stitches going the opposite direction. I don't think anybody's gonna notice because it'll be like right along the seam as I'm wearing it. So I honestly think that it'll be fine, and like it's not gonna be noticeable. I think it'll be fine. So I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna start on the sleeves. Also, did I start my timer? No. Cool. Started it now. So add another 20 minutes. All right, so that's the game plan. I'm gonna do that and catch back up. All right, the rows have been added. Okay, better. So I think it'll be good. Now I just need to measure for the arms. I think we're looking at like 14 and a half, 15 inches, probably 15 inches, which is good because that's actually less than I thought it was gonna be originally. I originally thought it was gonna be 18. So 15 is good because that means it'll be less work. It's already 9 o'clock. I'm so tired and I still have so far to go on this dress. All right, well, I guess I'll get started on the sleeves. Yep. 19 hours. 19 hours, actually 20 hours in 2 days. But I finished one of the sleeves, and so I only have one more sleeve panel to do, and then we can put the whole thing together and do the border and be done. I'm very tired, and so I'm going to bed, and I will finish the other sleeve hopefully in the morning. Are we having fun yet? Okay, good night. Morning. It's 7:30. Yep. Been up since 7. My dogs don't let me sleep past 7. I'm tired. But the good news is that we only have one more sleeve to finish, and then we get to put the whole thing together. And so my goal is to finish that sleeve this morning, right now, before I go and have lunch with my friend at 11. And honestly, I would love to finish the dress before I go out to lunch with my friend. I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic about that though, because I know how long it's been taking me to get everything accomplished. I guess I better get to work if I'm trying to finish this thing. Yep. Oh. Boop. Okay, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. The last one is done, and now we just have to put the whole thing together. I am running out of time. I have to start getting ready to meet my friend in 20 minutes. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish before we go, but I'm going to do my darndest. So I'm just gonna snip off all of the loose ends first, and then we'll kind of line up the sleeves. And I think I'm just gonna sew them on because I think that'll be the easiest option. And then I also have to finish the border around. We are getting so close. I'll for sure get it done today. Just probably not before I have to go out with my friend. It is like 2:45 and I'm back from lunch with my friend. I'm gonna restart my timer. I did bring my crochet along, and so I did get one side stitched up and one sleeve done, and I got the border around the end of the sleeve. So I didn't do a ton of work. I just brought it into the cafe while we were waiting for our food. And so it was maybe only maybe 20 minutes tops that I was working on it. So we are getting very, very, very close to being done. I am just going to put on my audiobook because I'm also very close to finishing my audiobook. And I'm going to finish this bad boy up, and then I will show you the final product when I'm all finished. So technically I'm done with the dress. But I decided to do one more round of single crochets around all of the hems because I just think it makes it look a little cleaner than just the one round of single crochet. And I think I'm currently sitting at like the 24-hour mark for this dress. So while I finish up the final sleeve little bits here, I thought we would kind of talk through like the price breakdown of the dress. So obviously, the dress on the website, VRG Girl, if it is actually crochet, which based on the pictures, it does look like it's crochet, it's way underpriced. Because I'm not like a slow crocheter by any means. I also wouldn't say like I'm super fast. I mean, you guys can see me crocheting in real time right now. So I'm, you know, I'd say like I'm an average crocheter. And even if I were like a fast crocheter, like let's say I could trim, you know, like 5 hours off my time, and we'll say I did, you know, 20 hours of work to make this dress. You also have to factor in the cost of the yarn, which, what is my total cost of the yarn? Let me see. Okay, each skein of that yarn I got on sale for $2.79 each. I ended up using 5 skeins of the pink. I'm on my 5th skein right now. And then I used 3 of the brown, so that's 8. And then I used 2 of the purple and 2 of the white. So 8 plus 4, 12. So $2.79 times 12. So that's 33, you know, we'll round it up to $34 to include a little bit of tax in there. So the dress is $119. We have to minus the cost of the yarn, so minus $34. So that brings us down to $85 for labor. So if I'm dividing that by 20 hours, we'll say if I'm a fast crocheter, I'm getting paid $4.25 an hour to make this dress, which we all out there know is definitely not enough, not a good enough wage in order to produce this dress. So for me, when I make custom garments for people, I calculate my costs, you know, with kind of your standard formula. I take the cost of materials and then I multiply my hours worked times what I want to get paid per hour. So for this dress, my cost of material is $34, and then I would want to get paid $15 per hour is typically what I charge. $12 per hour if I'm willing to kind of cut back a little bit. I'm currently at 23 hours and 41 minutes. By the time I finish this, it'll probably be 24 hours. Then we had to add that hour that I forgot to add. So I am at 25 hours. So 25 hours of work times $15 an hour, that alone is $375 for this dress, plus the cost of the yarn is another like $34. This dress should cost $409 for my pace. Personally, I would probably charge like $350 for it. Like, I would personally feel comfortable charging $350 for this dress. But again, like, that's over double what it actually costs online. Now, I am not criticizing anybody that bought the dress or certainly not criticizing Taylor Swift because she is an icon. It's more of a criticism on the fast fashion industry and just raising awareness. I don't know. I don't know. Take it or leave it. I'm just putting that out there in the world for you. One sleeve is done. I got one to go. And then before I try this on for our final reveal, I am actually going to steam it. I'm going to steam it to just kind of help loosen the fiber a little bit, and like especially around the trim that I'm doing here. Some of it's getting a little bit funky because, you know, it's kind of clustered together. So I need the yarn to relax a little bit so that the trim kind of relaxes and looks a little bit more natural instead of like all stiff. Because if you can kind of see like the collar here, how it's like a little bit wavy. When I steam that, it'll help kind of stretch it out and relax the material so that it's not standing up and so awkward like that. But also I may have just squished some of the stitches together a little bit too bad. That kind of brings me to my next topic for discussion as I finish the final sleeve of our dress. So the last thing that I kind of want to talk to you guys about is like what I would change if I were to make this dress again. There are quite a few things. First of all, I have been tying knots like this all over the dress, and I'm curious to try it on because I've been trying to tie the knots onto the back of the dress. So like you can see, this is the back of the sleeve. Like I'll turn it inside out. Like there are all these places where there are these like little knots. sticking up that I tied like to connect the new yarn. I think if I made it again, I would not tie any knots in it. I would definitely also do the collar part differently, because the way that I did it, it was really hard to get it like even on the other side. And like I said, it's kind of more of a V shape than an actual scoop shape. I mean, I still think it'll look great when we put it on, but that part kind of wasn't exactly like the original dress either. So I would definitely change the way that I did that. And then the final thing that I would change is I would change the yarn that I used. I am glad I used cotton, but I used a weight 4 cotton, so a size 4 cotton, a worsted weight yarn, and it's too heavy. Like, this dress has some weight to it, and it's not a summer dress the way that I crocheted it. So I think if I make this again, I want to use a lighter weight yarn, like a size 2 or a size 3 cotton yarn would be, I think, perfect for this dress. And then the final thing that I would want to change is I would want to do the granny stitch a little bit differently. The way that I did the granny stitches is I just went from one granny stitch right to the next without chaining any in between each granny stitch. And I did go down, half a hook size from what the yarn recommended. And all of that, made the granny stitches pretty close together, which like I'm fine with, because that's kind of the way that I wanted it anyways, because I didn't want people to be able to like really see underneath the dress while I'm wearing it. However, it does make it heavier. So I think if I did it again, I would do a chain 1 in between each granny stitch and kind of space them out by one more space. All of those things combined, like using a lighter weight yarn and then doing the like more spread out clusters, both of those things combined are going to help to make the dress more lighter weight and to make it like more summery. So I think I would really like to remake this dress with a different kind of yarn. So I think maybe I'll do that like later on this summer. Would be a fun project if I have time. If I have time. I also think it would be fun to like record a tutorial. So let me know below in the comments if you would like to see a tutorial on like step-by-step on how to make this dress. I also kind of thought of a way to make it easier to make. So instead of having like 4 different panels, I thought of a way to make it so you only had 3. I just thought you could crochet the front and the back panels in like one continuous stream, and so that way you wouldn't have to worry about joining them on the top of the shoulders, because I did show you like the way that I joined them on the top of the shoulders. It doesn't look great, but I just don't care enough to undo it because nobody else is gonna see it except me, so it's not that big of a deal to me anyways. But if I were to like redo it and make it into an actual tutorial, I think I would definitely do those differently. Oh my gosh, guys, this is it. This is it right here. This is the end of the dress. All I have to do is weave in this end and then block it, steam it, and we are done. So I will catch you for the try on in just a hot second. Okay, moment of truth. Here she is, all steamed and ready to try on. I can already tell though, I did too many stitches around the collar because that's what the back looks like. I crammed the stitches in too tight. So note to self for the next time, less is more. I'm honestly just gonna try it on over my clothes since my clothes are pretty skin tight anyways. Here we go, here we go. Okay. No, I gotta take my shirt off, hang on. Okay. Moment of truth. Okay, well, the neck is definitely a little wide. I don't know, it's kind of cute. The dress. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I do think it turned out really cute. The sleeves are also a little bit stiff. I kind of think like going around with that second row of crochets kind of made it a little inflexible, but it'll definitely, like, as I wear it, it'll get a little more flappy and probably after the first wash too. It is fun, and it is definitely like an off the shoulder dress situation. Also like that it's not super see-through, like you can kind of see my sports bra there, but it's not like from far away you would never know. I don't know, you guys, I'm pretty proud of how much we accomplished in such a short period of time, but definitely let me guys know what you think down below. What would you have done differently? What did you like? Are you gonna make your own Taylor Swift dress? That is also a very important question. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being here. It's always great to have you follow along with me on these crafty vlogs, and I'll see you guys next time for another crafting adventure.